Welcome to the second episode of Chart with Kens. Now, we will be covering gold, Bitcoin, and XRP today. However, before we get to the charts, I do have some fundamentals and we will be touching base on Quant once again. I've done a bit of research into Quant and it is super exciting, and I want to share all that excitement with you. Before we get into it all, please do like this video, do subscribe, and do follow me on Twitter. The link to my Telegram and Discord is in the description below. Now, straight to the fundamentals. Quant is actually looking super exciting, and I'll tell you why. Firstly, it was named the Cool Vendor 2019 in blockchain. And the firm who named in this is Gartner Research, and they're the world's leading research and advisory company. They've got 15,000 employees and they're founded in 1979. So we know that they're long withstanding, and we also know that they're reliable and credible. So this seems pretty cool to me. Now, the cool vendor status means that you're the most disruptive and credible startup that the Gartner analysts genuinely believe will change the technology landscape. And that puts them into the group of other popular names such as Dropbox, Nest, Evernote, and Instagram. And as we know, these are all massive organizations at the moment. So the fact that they're in this group with Dropbox, with Evernote, with Instagram tells me that there's a lot of potential. Another thing that I've noticed is that they are partners with SEA, and SEA is absolutely massive. And if we go to SEA, I'll show you now. If we go to SEA, they are the European leader in the design, creation, and management of technology infrastructures and services for who? For financial institutions, central banks, corporates, and the public sector, in which industries, in the card and merchant solutions, in the digital payment solutions, the capital market, and the network solutions. Basically, they've got 1,700 clients in over 50 countries, and they're doing a massive thing. So once again, this is a big partnership to have. Another thing that I've noticed is that Deutsche Bank is a major shareholder. They own 2.58% of this company. So that is just more exciting news and more that I wanted to share with you all. I will be doing some charting into Quant. Now, I will be sharing this in the Discord and the Telegram channel, so please do join. And yeah, there's a whole load more coming your way, and I will be covering more altcoins too. I've realized that in the Chart with Ken's episodes, it won't just be me going through Bitcoin and XRP analysis. I do want to do some altcoin analysis for you all too, and then that will mean that the investment opportunities videos and the updates will be on the stock market only. So if we go back to the chart, that will bring us here. So straight over to gold. Gold is looking pretty promising. We are in a short, and the weekly closed at our sell region. So my trade is in a little bit of a loss now, but nothing major to hurt my account. If we look at it now, I know the 4 hour closed above the resistance trend line, so the counter trend line. However, it's still the resistance trend line on the daily, and we have closed below. And as you know, the general rule of thumb is the higher the time frame, the more reliable the charting, the more reliable the data. So again, I stick to a downside bias. I really think that our C Fibonacci targets could come into play, the 61.8 and the 78.6. So once again, we're aiming for 1703 and 1685. These are our two take profit zones. Gold is looking really good, but if we just go straight over to BTC, no time wasting, we are again, where are we? We're below the monthly resistance trend line, we're below our zone, so things are looking really promising for now. And funnily enough, this is the first time we've broken below this zone, so this is a big move for Bitcoin. I do expect us to creep back up towards the $9,800 region. If we do, that will be a counter trend line retest. And also that will mean that we've hit our 78.6 and 61.8 targets. So I expect this region to definitely come through. What I've noticed is that if we go to the 4 hour, we can actually do a little bit of fibception, which means that you can draw a little Fibonacci, and this is why I expected $9,200 to come through, because if we hit the 61.8, the 78.6, we could then go up to the D targets, which align amazingly with the C targets on the larger Fibonacci that's in play. So this is a Fibonacci within a Fibonacci. And again, I like the way XRP looks at the moment because XRP is highly correlated with Bitcoin recently, and it hasn't been for a little while as well, and I'll show you what I mean in a little bit. So Bitcoin hopefully drops 9,200 back up to 9.8, then we can see us melt back towards our minus 61.8 region, and I do want to see $8,500 come into play. I think it will be really good for the market and hopefully lower, because once again, if we go to the higher time frames, back to these regions here, we are below the monthly resistance trend line. So I do expect our C targets on the larger Fibonacci come in. Sorry, that's the wrong one. From there to there, these ones here to come into play. If we go to XRP quickly, XRP is actually looking really interesting, and the reason for that is because we have had a little wedge forming, and the support trend line's been in place since March 16th. So for about the last 3 months, while the resistance trend line has been in play since the 30th of April, so the end of April, so about the last month and a half, and we've broken out this wedge and we've broken below, which means that we should go back up to retest it, and that's what's happened on Bitcoin too, and that's why I say they're highly correlated for now, because we've broken below the zone and we're aiming to go back up and retest it. Now if we on this Fibonacci here, if I just zoom in, our C targets do align with a retest of this zone, so I think this is our ideal short zone where we can look to hit our minus 27 and minus 61.8 regions. And once again, another reason I say high correlation between the XRP and Bitcoin coins is because if we do just draw another Fibonacci here, again a little bit more fibception, our 61.8 and minus 78.6 align with our daily key level. And where is our D targets? Our minus 61.8 is really close to the 61.8 on the larger Fibonacci that's in play. So again, I do expect us to just drop a little bit below towards this daily key level, the 0.188 and the 0.186 regions, and we can probably enter a small buy position here up to about 20 cents, up to about 20 cents, sorry, and then from here we can go below back below to our daily key level, and probably below to our minus 27 as well. That is really what I'm looking to capture on these pairs. Now this video will be uploading now, and as this is the end, and during the upload I will be doing some investment opportunity research, so a whole load more of long-term investment opportunities coming your way in the stock market, and do look out for those. It will be shared in the Discord and the Telegram over the next few hours and the next few days. Do take care. Once again, thank you for watching. It's great to have you here, and look after yourself.